So let us begin with Alan's keynotes study streak, and today we'll discuss maybe two remedies. Uh, Dr. Ruturaj Chaudhary, you have attended a few sessions. Welcome back. You are seen after a long time. Dr. Mandel Chausarana, I don't know who you are, but welcome. Srijit Bhatt AC, you are also attending a few sessions. I don't know how it is helping you all to grow if you are attending these sessions, but for me, of course, it's helping because it's a revision of the Allen's keynotes for maybe one more time in the last 15 years from what I learned, and again keep going back to the same book. So there is a good thing about going back to the same book again and again, and if we touch those books again and again, we see them in a new perspective, which is what we should always keep on, which is what and which is why we should keep on reading our materia medica every year or every few months on a regular basis, of course, but sometimes we keep the materia medica which we have read fully aside and then we take up a new materia medica. But the idea is to you know read it again and again and again and again, because every time we read we will see it in a newer perspective. For me, going to Alan's keynotes for one more time, I don't know how much time, what is the number, but it is helping a lot. I don't know how many viewers are helping. If it is helping, do comment below this video so that I know that this work is just adding some knowledge to your already available sources. Let's start with the remedy Arum triphyllum. So this is a remedy which is Indian turnip, and you know that it is a very corrosive remedy. The first line itself will tell you the essence of the remedy, which is what I have been telling throughout the Allen's keynotes. Patients pick and bore into the raw bleeding surfaces, though they are very painful. They scream with pain but keep up with the boring. Although their pain of the excoriation of the skin will keep on going every day, but they will keep on doing it because it develops a habit, and there is an irritant in the skin which they develop. It is a habit which they develop. If this is more or less in diphtheria, scarlatina, typhoid, you should think of the remedy Arum triphyllum. It cannot cure a case, but it will cure a phase of the case. It will cure a part of the case, or at times if the symptoms are too striking and deep enough, it will also cure the case, but that will be rare. Now what you see in the second line is desquamation in large flakes a second or third time in scarlatina. Typhoid scarlatina with apathy, scanty suppressed urine, threatened uremia. So all those cases where there is suppression of urine, we always think of stramonium, we always think of opium, we always think of other remedies. We should think of Arum triphyllum also, especially if it is with fevers. It should point our minds to think about this remedy, which is Arum triphyllum. It acts especially on the catarrhal aspect, the mucous membrane. So we see there is coryza, which is acrid, fluent, and the nostrils are raw. You have that the patient tells you that there is stopped up feeling, and in spite of the watery discharge, there is constantly stopped up feeling also, which is going on. You can compare this remedy with ammonium carb, which is very close, Sambucus and Sinapis nigra. Sinapis nigra will have one nostril blocked, and there will be constant discharge of watery discharge from that particular nostril which is blocked, which is very strange. And you will think that I will probably give Nux vomica and send this patient off, because I don't want to keep on thinking of what to give. But this remedy Sinapis nigra will help. Arum triphyllum will come into picture when there is lot of burning or excoriation of the nasal ends, and there will be stopped up feeling with watery discharge. So some lycinum outside my clinic are fighting for bread and butter. Next we have is acrid ichorous discharge, excoriating inside of the nose, LA and the upper lip. Arsenic and allium sip are the other two remedies. Constant picking at the nose until it bleeds, pouring with the finger into the side of the nose, picks the lips until they are bleeding, corners of the mouth sore, cracked and bleeding. So you have a remedy which is, the ends of the nasal passages and the mouth are the entry points for assimilation of the energy which the body should get. Those are the very ends which are affected. This is what we should understand, and we should prescribe Arum triphyllum in such a situation. They'll be constantly boring the finger into the nose, and let me see if there are any chat. Okay, I don't know. There are a few viewers on YouTube. If there is anything, if anyone wishes to ask, you can drop in the comments, and I will probably take a pause and answer them whenever there is a need to answer, or otherwise at the end. Next you have is Arum triphyllum for aphonia complete after exposure to northwest winds. The other remedies are aconite and hepar. If it is from singing, you should also think of Arum triphyllum. There are remedies argentum nitricum, causticum, phosphorus and selenium, very strongly indicated. Clergyman sore throat, voice hoarse, uncertain, uncontrollable, continually changing, worse from talking, speaking, singing, orators, singers and actors. These people who are involved in public speaking, think of remedies selenium, think of remedy argentum metallicum, think of heparsal, think of spongia. All these remedies are going to tone their vocal cords, and these are going to help prescribe the right medicines. So Kamran Iqbal Sahib, you also love Alan's keynotes, good to know. It's just a revision of Alan's keynotes with some additions which I am doing with the clinical aspect of how you see in the practice, what you see and what are the potencies, what are the repetitions that you need to do. So for Arum triphyllum, which is the remedy today we are discussing, there is sore mouth, sore nose, which are guiding symptoms, especially in all the types of complaints. Over here it is mentioned in malignant scarlatina and diphtheria. This was the scene 100 years ago, but right now today also you can see in various conditions. If you find these indicated, sore mouth, sore nose, think of Arum triphyllum. In the gastrointestinal system, we have children refuse food and drink on account of soreness of the mouth and throat. So you will see, you will examine the child and you will find out that there is lot of redness, lot of skin which has peeled off, the upper layer has gone. Think of Arum triphyllum in those cases. They are also people who are sleepless. Saliva is profuse, which is very much similar to Moxol remedies or mercurius group of remedies. Acrid corrodes the mouth, mucous membrane, tongue and buccal cavity are raw and bleeding. Arum triphyllum is useful after hepar, nitric acid in dry, hoarse, croupy cough, after causticum and hepar in morning hoarseness and deafness and in scarlatina. The medicine has to be given in high potencies. I don't know, it is the author's experience, but maybe I have given it in 200 potency in spaced repetition at periodical intervals like TDAS, which is 3 times a day, and it has helped me a lot in whatever patients I have seen. So that brings us to the end of Arum triphyllum, and we take up the next remedy, which is similar to Arum triphyllum but partly similar, not fully similar. The remedy is Euphrasia, which also acts on the catarrhal mucous membranes. So let us take up Euphrasia, which has the first line mentioned for bad effects of falls, contusions, mechanical injuries of external parts. Now coming across a mucous membrane remedy, catarrhal remedy in similar fashion is very surprising, but homeopathy is full of surprises, and if you know from various sources, you will read something more about Euphrasia more than what you know. So the next line mentions what is key indications of Euphrasia in many patients that you see, which is catarrhal affections of the mucous membranes, especially of the eyes and the nose. There is profuse acrid lacrimation, profuse bland coryza, which is reverse of Allium cepa. We have covered Allium cepa many months ago. I think couple of a month, 4 to 6 weeks ago, and you can go back to that session and find out what I conveyed and what was some addition apart from what is mentioned in Allen's keynotes. In Euphrasia, we see is what is there is eye symptom which is predominantly affected. There will be lacrimation all the time. There is agglutination. There is agglutination or sticking of the eyelids, especially in the morning. Margins of the lids are red, swollen, and burning. So in this way, you can find out from the patient if it is acute phase. Think of Euphrasia. If it is chronic, then think of other remedies also. One of my patient improved very well on the cases. So Dr. Amit Patel, homeopath, Arum triphyllum helps in thumb sucking habit. Very good tip for all the attendees. I have put this on air so that your experience is valuable and shared with others also. This is broadcasted on YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify also, and Facebook also. So for Euphrasia, let's go back to Euphrasia and we'll see that there is profuse fluent coryza in the morning with violent cough, abundant expectoration, exposure to warm south wind is aggravation. When he attempts to clear the throat of an offensive mucus in the morning, which is also what we see in Coccus cacti, he vomits until he gags, So there will be a similar phenomena present in Coccus cacti, but there will be profuse expectoration, which we will see. The other remedy mentioned in Euphrasia is Brania. Profuse expectoration of mucus by voluntary hawking, aggravated on rising in the morning. You will see this symptom very strongly in many patients, especially those that have allergic manifestations. So don't fall into this trap of giving Euphrasia for this symptom. Try to take a totality and find out if it is acute or subacute phase. This remedy will help. Euphrasia is a very good remedy for whooping cough. It is mentioned for pertussis. When there is excessive lacrimation during the cough and cough is only in the daytime. So you will see a rubric in Kent repertory: cough only in daytime, 0 at night, or lying down ameliorate or night ameliorate. Only remedy is Euphrasia. Ferrum and Natramur are the other two remedies mentioned in Allen's keynotes. The Euphrasia as a remedy acts also very well on female reproductive system. We can also see this similar phenomena in the remedy Senecio aureus. So all the patients who have developed throat complaints and the menses have not come, think of Senecio aureus. Euphrasia will be indicated where there is amenorrhea with catarrhal symptoms of the eyes and the nose, and there is profuse acrid lacrimation. Menses are only for 1 hour. Many times patients will tell you if it is a combination of symptoms of the eye, nose, and the menses, maybe Euphrasia will cure it and no other polycrest remedy will help in that area. So in this way we have covered Euphrasia today and Arum triphyllum. In Euphrasia there is a similarity of the menstrual symptoms, which is similar to Baraita for 1 day only menses. For modalities for Euphrasia in Allen's keynotes, we have especially aggravated in the evening, aggravated in the bed, indoors, warmth, moisture, exposure to south wind, and when touched, which is very similar to Heparsal. Euphrasia you will find very similar to pulsatilla. So you can say that all the chronic cases where you are given pulsatilla, you can prescribe Euphrasia as an acute, or in their acute stages you will require one or the other remedy. And Allium cepa is reverse for all the complaints that Euphrasia is mentioned. So Dr. Amit Patel, one more quote from you. Dr. Murphy says, ask to patient what is bothering him most, eye or the nose. And if patient says now Allium cepa, it is no. If it is nose, it is eye. It is Allium cepa. If it is eye, Euphrasia. Very well said, and it's very obvious in this way. So we come to an end of two remedies, Arum triphyllum and Euphrasia, and maybe tomorrow we'll cover something that is Sabadilla and Eupatorium or Rumex. So wait for the announcement in the Instagram and the YouTube page, and you will get to know what remedies covered. Meanwhile, if anyone wants to join the fever workshop, which begins on the 15th of August, join soon, because this is going to be a revolution for all of you. All the details are there in the app, in the Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. You find it, contact my team and register soon. And if you want to have some fever questions answered, connect me tonight at 9:30 to now it is 6 p.m. I'll start my OPD. At the end of my OPD, I will answer a few questions on fevers and we'll call it a day.